hello, and welcome back to Reflections with Val. Hi, how are ya? As James, is it James Charles? I don't even know what his name is nowadays. Jeffree Star says, how are ya? But I just say hi. No, guys. Last week it was pretty interesting. I missed an episode, but it's okay. I didn't normally beat myself up like I normally would have, so congratulate myself for that. Yes. But guys, welcome. Whether you're walking, jogging, on the drive, on the way to work, whether you're at work and you're working in this process, I don't know what time of the day and if it's late at night, late candles. Regardless, you chose to listen to Reflections with Val, and I want to thank you and I want to welcome you to today's topic. And I have my shades on today because I feel like being a little cool today. I'm nonchalant, got my coffee, my intro is on, and I'm grateful because Reflections is almost down to a year, and man, I'm abundantly grateful because I didn't expect this kind of turnout in the time that it's been out. And today I was supposed to work, but instead of going to work, I decided to pod. So welcome. That's how we do it here in Jersey Media. But today's topic, becoming aware of your surroundings, becoming aware of who you surround yourself with and your surroundings. They both play hand in hand and are very important, because if you surround yourself by someone who doesn't really align with the beliefs or the characteristics that you abide in, one of you guys are going, because you're together and you're constantly around each other, one of you guys are going to adapt and change into one of those characteristics. Whether you're stronger and dominant and that person will convert to yours, or that other person is strong and dominant and it will convert to theirs. And in this particular situation, it's very, very crucial and important that you're not surrounded by a narcissist, because a narcissist person who holds those characteristics will see that and gain that as control and manipulation. And you as a person who is the opposite person, who is complacent and who is nonchalant and who does not see that, will just fall into it. So it's very important that you are aware of who you surround yourself with. Not everyone that's out for you that is your friend is a narcissist. Not everyone that's out to get you means harmful things to you. That's not what this episode is about. It's just becoming aware of who it is, what energies you surround yourself with, and ask yourself and question yourself, this is me and I'm supposed to be here. But if you look around the room, wherever you are right now, and you stop and you look around the room and you have a moment where you question, like, why am I here in the same place, whether it be 3 months, 5 months, 5 years, 10 years, you're looking around the room and this is not what you're supposed to do, and you feel that into your intuition and your gut, then don't do it. Face that wall into why you are afraid of even questioning why you're not wanting to do this right now in your life, presently or in the future, or maybe something in the past got you to that place. But this is why reflecting is very important. It's good that we kind of come back into those highlight moments in our lives. They're kind of like key holes and maps to the soul and to understanding our wounds that we thought we were rid of, that we forgave ourselves for, that we repented, but are still there. And sometimes those wounds are there because of situations where you've left either a person that you really cared for, whether that's friendship or boyfriend or girlfriend, with no closure. And that does tend to seep through in many different ways. Excuse me. And I did that personally. I went through that all through this year, doing reflections and doing what I needed to do for myself. And not that I did it intentionally. It was more of like coming from this I have abandonment issues, and I have an issue in neglecting and feeling neglected, that sometimes I adapt and change for people so they can get into my good side, so they can like me, because if they don't, then it takes me back to those past wounds. So that's a very self-sabotaging place, especially if you're always gearing to the people that don't want your attention and don't want your love or don't want your care or don't want your help. And I tend to go for those people. So for those people that took that into an offense, I guess this is my way of saying that I'm sorry, because that's not where it's coming from. The whole time it was coming from a good, intentional place. And I just feel like my words can strike a chord in people. And that is one of my gifts, but also one of my curses. It's like, I know how to say the right string or strike the right root word or sentence to try to make you face something that you needed to face for maybe the last 4 to 5 days, or maybe the last year, 5 years, and people don't like to be around that kind of energy. And I need to know when to tame that down, because it's not like I'm coming from a place where I know it all, because I don't know it all, and I'm learning myself in my own way, in my own walk. But let me tell you what I've went through. Let me tell you my trials. Let me tell you my tribulations and how I overcame them. And maybe you don't care, but these are things that I overcame that don't no longer define me. And it's very liberating. And I'm not just saying that because I'm gloating or because I'm confident. I'm talking about it because I'm excited, and I want other people to be on this bandwagon too, where your past and the resentment and anger that you held for so long does not define you anymore. And I had to realize that this moment, that especially this week, a lot of the energies and people you surround yourself also involve you holding in resentment and anger, or not holding in resentment and anger. Because if they also come in and they walk in that way and they're like, nah, hold that grudge till the end, then you're not going to change, and you're going to always be fed into that kind of environment and energy. So that's why I'm telling you, if your gut in that moment that your friend is trying to peer pressure you to not forgive, what does your gut tell you? It doesn't matter what your friends tell you. It doesn't matter what your image tells you. It doesn't matter what your reputation holds or whatever. It's what your gut and what your heart tells you. No one's going to hear that. No one's going to put that first other than yourself. So why not start now? Whether that's your job, whether that's your wife, your husband, your daughter, your son, your niece, your nephew, your cousin, your alcoholic stepdad, your drug abusive, whoever it is, you just need to put a boundary on that and no longer allow it to affect. You can't be growing and aiming to the higher levels of yourself while be surrounded in the gut that you already outgrew in. You can't save everyone. And that's one lesson that I had to learn very hard last year. I can't save everyone, and nor am I trying to, but do I yearn to? Absolutely. I wish I could, but that's not my job. And I need to understand that there's some people that don't appreciate help when it's not asked, when it's not yearned for on their end level. You know what I'm saying? When it's just one-sided. So whether it comes from a good place or not, for you and your end and however you interpret it, it's just, I'm sorry. There are things that I've probably said this week to someone at a place from anger and resentment, and that's why I'm stating this episode, because I didn't remember what I stated. However, I know that it came from a place of no closure, no pain, no resentment. So at the end of the day, from pain and resentment, that I needed to get out of my chest, because I'm a person that if I don't let out my my emotions on the month or the day or whatever the time it happens, I let it just spiral into a little snowball, into an avalanche, and then before you know it, I'm yelling and I'm blurting it all out in your face all at once. And I never want people to experience that moment, because I've made legitimate people cry in that moment. And the Bible says the mouth has the power of life and death. It's true. With this mouth, you can do a lot of things. You can put someone so down to the ground that you'll end up questioning to your after that, was it really worth it? And it wasn't, because your accomplishments and my accomplishments that I've made on my own has nothing to do with you, has nothing to do with the other person, or has nothing to do with what that person did. And you know what's crazy? That's what Buddhists say. The Buddhists say that your anger drives from just purely this. When you're angry, the emotion spurts up because you're mad at someone else's mistake, not even mad at yourself. You're mad at someone else's mistake. And maybe that mistake reminds you of something that you deep down inside don't want to face in yourself. And maybe that's why you don't like that person. There's characteristics that we don't like in ourselves that we see in other people, and we can't stand the other person being around them because it's too much energy for them. And we just say, oh my God, I can't stand it. When that's not true. So just be aware of your surroundings, guys. Don't be around people that bring you down. Don't be around people who discourage you, who make you feel like your ideas don't matter, who make you feel small because they're intimidated by your greatness and your potential. And I've been around so many people, and I've given myself up to so many people, my control, my rights, my talents, my crafts, to people that promised me that gave me their titles, that gave me these positions of importance. And I thought I was giving it to myself, and that's why I state this to you guys. Please keep in mind of who you surround yourself with and who you're giving all your attention and energy to, because that really, really does matter. You can waste your time on that because you can conflict the two. You can be like, oh, this me working with them and me doing something with them is working on me. It's not. Working on you is listening to what makes you tick inside, what drives you crazy, and seeing that come to life. Seeing not that vision just be a vision, but see that vision become a reality. And that's what I've been doing. Every single day, I compete with myself, and I compete to be better than who I was yesterday and how I started Reflections yesterday. I don't try to be anyone else. And I think that's I know that's what sets me apart. So my message is, you better stop. And you better pick yourself up and don't be afraid to grab life by the shins or the shackles and make it yours, whoever you are out there. Be real with yourself. That's what matters. And as long as you're being real with yourself and acknowledging what it is and looking in your surroundings and saying, no more am I going to repress what I feel, you're winning. When you start speaking up and you don't feel trapped or imprisoned in your mind anymore, you're winning. Because you're putting yourself first, you're valuing yourself. And I can't stress this enough. This is very important, especially if you're an artist, because this would also put time in for your music for that hour, instead of you worrying about your wife or your husband or your kids. You're dedicating that hour. It's a priority to yourself, so you can dedicate that hour to your creativity in that hour. Everybody, I said this, I was going to start this creativity hour tomorrow. I'm going to stick by it. It's just very important you show yourself self-discipline, self-value for yourself, because no one's going to give it to you if you depend on everyone else around you to give you that love and that value that you need to give to yourself. It's impossible. It truly is. It's that same saying, how the hell you going to love someone else if you don't love yourself? It's the same thing. So we want to practice that. So today and this week, I encourage you guys to practice that. But on to the music. Let's go. Yes, I have some underground music that I want to show you guys. The first one is a producer that I met over a year ago through SCTP, through St. James. He's also a producer and a hip hop artist. You could check him out on SoundCloud. But this one today, his name is Ace Felly, and he is a producer, but he decided to come out the hat and not only produce this beat, but also rap behind it. And I just fell in love with it. And he has no idea that I'm like one of his number one fans. I've been following him for like a year. Same thing with Yosanova. They're all really good. They're all from Jersey. So please support these producers. They're really dope. Here's the song called Beautiful Dreams, Instagram.
You have found me on your Instagram. The same minute fell in love love with you on Instagram. A couple DM, couple songs through the Instagram. A new relationship is forming cause of Instagram. First we was friends, then we found love up off the Instagram. I took a trip, you took a chance cause of this Instagram. And I would never take it back, so thank you Instagram. I found my wife, you found your husband, bless you Instagram.
Beautiful dreamer, won't you come play? Save yourself for another rainy day. Beautiful dreamer, what do you see when you're staring out the window? Do you see me? Beautiful dreamer, won't you come play? Save yourself for
Smooth. I love it.
rainy day. Beautiful dreamer, what do you see when you're staring out the window? Do you see me?
Hey, hey, ah. Do you see me? Yeah. Little VAL remix. Let me stop. This is good. This is good stuff, man. This is some good stuff.
Beautiful dreamer, won't you come play? Save yourself for another rainy day. Beautiful dreamer, what do you see when you're staring out the window? Do you see me? Beautiful dreamer, won't you come play? Save yourself for another rainy day. Beautiful dreamer, what do you see when you're staring out the window? Do you see me?
One day you said that you had found me on your Instagram. The same minute fell in love with you on Instagram. A couple DM, couple songs through the Instagram. A new relationship is forming cause of Instagram. First we was friends, then we found love up off the Instagram. I took a trip, you took a chance cause of this Instagram. And I would never take it back, so thank you Instagram. I found my wife, you found your husband, bless you Instagram.
Yes, Ace. It be like that. We be finding each other on Instagram. It'd be like that with the millennials, at least. I don't know about the people after that in the 40s. They be finding themselves on Facebook. Next up, though, moving on, we have Melanie Shunga. Sorry if I pronounce your last name wrong, but she is an artist as well from Jersey. Shout outs to her. Saw her perform so many times. She went to William Patterson. Just very talented artist. Sister, you have amazing vocals and runs. I respect you. Anyways, here you go. Here's her song, her latest single called Anxiety. Check it out on SoundCloud, Spotify, all that jazz.
Sometimes I'd be worried too much.
Anxiety,
I have really bad anxiety. Like, a lot of things stem from my
got a little anxiety. Don't forget there's much more to me. shout. I still have my doubts. That doesn't change how you're all I think about. I know it's difficult to be with me, yeah. But work it out, just see. I got a little anxiety. Don't forget this much more to me. I'll be okay for you to be with.
She's hitting all the right notes, guys. I feel a little love you, love me.
Can you love me, love me, love me? Can you
Love me, love me, love me. I respect you, sis.
My personal experience. Yeah, the way I project myself in love, my relationships with people, is a reflection of my type.
I drink some, I roll some, I smoke some. I don't only do this just for fun. I pack one, took one, take one, yeah. All I wanna do is run away from my anxiety. What do I gotta do to feel free? All I want for myself is for you to be with me, yeah. Why can't you see that? Why can't you see that? I got a little anxiety, but don't forget there's much more to me. I'll be okay for you to be with you. Can you love me, love me, love me? Can you love me, love me, love me? Can you love me, love me, love me? Will you still love me, love me, love me? Anxiety.
But it means that I love the person enough, I'll just put away anxiety and put it to the side, separated for that person. Goodbye.
Yes, Melanie. Oh, yes. Little anxiety. Yes, I feel every single lyric in that song. She's an artist from Jersey. Please follow her. Next up, same thing, artist from Jersey, but she's different. Her name is V Annie. I'm excited because she is just an amazing soulful singer as well. I love when women can come together and elevate and cultivate each other with no envy in the side. This is a very beautiful thing. So without further ado, this is one of my favorite songs as well. I'm so excited to share it to you guys. Into this.
With all the lies, damn they tried to satisfy me. It was you who cheated, defeated my heart. I tried, you lied, patient, but I'm fine. I am here. You are unbound, faceless with no sound. Once was all over you. If you treated me kindly, if you loved me more, I'd be so much better. Wishing I knew what I'm fighting for. But you never tried, never. But you never did weather. I am so over you. It was me who was the guy, yet on your side I recognize you. It was me succeeding, believing your heart. I try, you lie, patient, but I'm fine. I am here. You are unbound, faceless with no sound. Once was all over you. If you treated me kindly, treated me kindly. If you love me more, I'd be so much better. Wishing I knew what I'm fighting for, but you never tried, never. But you never did weather. I am so over you.
Dope. V Annie Faceless. You can find that on YouTube, Spotify, all that jazz. Another song to cope with what we spoke about today. I just wanted to give a mainstream. I can't play mainstream artists, but I can recite their lyrics. And I just want this to kind of be my lyric of the week is Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder. So if you find yourself stuck in a rut, everyone's against you, you don't know what to do, maybe you're reflecting, you're trying to change your surroundings, you're going through this transitional period in life and you don't know what's going on. And also what's going on in the world too with this pandemic globally. We don't have time to be keeping things from each other and holding grudges and all this and all that. So this song kind of just takes you out of that element. So if you get stuck in a rut, I really recommend you to listen to Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder. Add that in your playlist this week. And just try to listen to it when you wake up or when you take a shower or something, and because the lyrics are pretty cool. And the lyrics recite this. It says, people, keep on learning. Soldiers, keep on warring. World, keep on turning, because it won't be too long. Powers, keep on lying. While your people keep on dying. World, keep on turning, because it won't be too long. I'm so darn glad he let me try it again, because my last time on earth, I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Lovers keep on loving. Believers keep on believing. Sleepers keep on sleeping, because it won't be too long. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So this is basically just saying, you know, like, because it won't be too long before you reach the highest ground. And if you don't know Stevie Wonder, please get familiar. It's Motown. He's not even Motown. He's just soul, R&B, soul train, a legend, pianist, blind, but just an amazing man. I mean, it just goes, lovers keep on loving. Believers keep on believing. Sleepers keep on sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long. And then the bass goes in. It's literally the best. Just like, don't stop. Another song that helps with coping. If you lost a certain person, you never had a closure. This song is a little recent. It's one of my all-time favorites for the soul industry. It's by Jazmine Sullivan. It's called Lost One. And the lyrics are very deep within itself. So instead of holding this grudge, forgive yourself in this song, in this process. Forgive you in this, and you know, forgive what you've done. Or if you haven't done an act, forgive yourself for just letting yourself go through that. You know, we still have to forgive ourselves, whether we're victims or not. We have to forgive ourselves for trusting so easily, for learning a mistake in a lesson, you know, learn the lesson in the mistake, you know? So it's like one of these songs, like where you're being real with yourself. It says, you know when you lost one, a good one, you know when you lost one. You go out and fuck different people to cope and ignore all precautions. You drink and get faded. You feel like there's no, and that's your only option, right? This is for people who probably abuse, you know, alcoholism. If you don't relate, then that's okay. But you can relate to gaming. You go into gaming and you just, binging to binging. We have different things that we use to cope, right? And if it's too late, I understand sometimes it's too late to make amends. Just hear me out before you let it go. There is one thing I need to know. Just don't have too much fun without me. Damn. I'm sorry, I had to do that. This is Jazmine Sullivan, for those who don't know. Don't have too much. Don't have too much. Yeah, she was fun. Please don't forget about me. Try not to love no one. Try not to love no one. Yo, if you haven't listened to that song, please do. She also says, I know that that's too much to ask. I know I'm selfish. I'm a selfish bitch. Female dog. But I want you to know I've been working on it. I know it don't matter. I know it won't help you no fucking faster. Yeah, I know I've done nothing short of a disaster. But if it's too late to make amends, damn it. This song is so deep. Sometimes it's just too late to make amends, Just hear me out before you let it go. There is one thing I need you to know, This is just a so deep song. I love it. But yeah, just listen to these songs. Don't go crazy, because sometimes Jazmine Sullivan has you in your feelings for too long. You want to be in a positive mood. You want to get yourself into these things.
It's 5 o'clock.
Like I said, so that's the series said. Oh my goodness, 5 o'clock. But yeah, guys. That's basically it. That's all I had to say today. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and for listening on today. Today we spoke on surrounding yourself with energies and being aware, having boundaries while being aware of your surroundings, and who you allow to share your space with, who you allow to share your opinions with, who do you trust in, who do you confide in. This all boils down to your own mirror image and your own characteristics that you code of conduct go by, follow by. Just got to be aware, If you're a good girl, sticks to herself, and you don't like to play around and mess around, then you might want to stick to yourself and not mess around and stick around like your friends do. Just an example. If Karen over here is messing around with Jim, Bob, and Tim, while you're just messing with one person, and that's not how you rock, you're gonna eventually bump in with Karen, because you and Karen don't carry the same morals. You could influence Karen to have the same morals that you do, but if Karen is not at that stage or at that point in life, she will not hear what you have to say. So you'll either conform or she'll either conform. Or maybe you won't conform, and maybe you guys will just put a boundary in it after today's episode and know that you don't have to conform, and you guys can put a pause and come back later. Maybe a month or 2 weeks later, whatever you feel, but don't conform. Be who you are authentically. Don't ever let anyone dim your light, question who you are, and that's just where I stand at. Without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much, and we are out. So don't forget to also stream and follow Reflections with Val on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe. Also, please get our merch. I have hoodies that you guys can definitely reach out to. If you guys want some masks, hoodies, and a long sleeve shirt, just reach me out on the direct message on my Instagram or on Facebook. I will reach out to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye.